Our farm system right now is as good as it's been in some time.
The position that we're in right now, it's a dream for any executive in the game.
These guys are incredibly athletic.
Their tools are just off the charts.
This is the type of player that you pay to watch play the game of baseball.
You heard it here first.
Raw power.
Down here, swing.
Arm strength.
The way he runs, he gets everybody super excited.
He wants to play with energy. He wants to be that spark.
I think the sky's the limit for these guys, honestly.
Yeah, so going to the season or farm system, it's probably at the best it's been in the last 6 years or so.
I think the biggest thing that jumps out as from our coaching perspective or staff perspective is the athleticism. There's guys that have really, we call them carrying tools, or tools that show up in the big leagues, and if they can harness those tools and get to them, makes them really special players. And I think it's really powerful stuff when you get to the big leagues and you're starting with that amount of ability. It can really impact a lineup.
I think that's what's really exciting for fans, is that they've seen this happen before. You think back to 2008 when the team broke through and ended the postseason drought after 26 years, and it was players like Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder and Corey Hart and Ricky Weeks and J.J. Hardy, and this was a group that were drafted in the same period. They came up the minor leagues together. So I think that for fans, that's what's really exciting, is you feel like this could be the next group to hopefully break through and do the same thing.
They do have an opportunity to compete for a job. What happens on opening day isn't always what's going to happen over the course of the season. We recognize that it's an important day, but it's not everything, right? And so we want to make sure that these guys are in a good spot. Some of them, haven't even spent a full season in AAA yet, right? But long term, these guys are a huge part of our future.
For any organization, when you have the ability to be as good as we can be in the big leagues, and also have the type of farm system that we have, that we know there are players that are coming that can make us better, it's a great opportunity for the city. It's great for the fans in Milwaukee, and it's going to be fun to watch over the next couple of years.
I think that's always the goal, is that these players can be the regular everyday players that fans can embrace and buy their jerseys and root for them and cheer for them, and hopefully they can help the team win a lot of games.
I'll avoid you at all costs, but I'm mic'd up, just so you know. I got you, just wanted to let you know.
Those are dope, dude.
These?
Yeah.
Thank you. They're Willie's. Let me rock them there. Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Thought I'd try. See if I like them or not.
I think with Garrett, he's a tool package. When you talk about Garrett Mitchell, that's the first thing that jumps out.
His skill level, he's above everybody else in the game of baseball when it comes to what he can do, those three skill sets, and I think that's what's giving him an opportunity to get to the big leagues, and the impact that he made with our club last year in September.
Swinging a drive right center, way back, tie game! First big league home run for Garrett Mitchell, ties it up. And he swings a line drive up the middle, a base hit, and the Brewers walk off the Yankees. Oh, Garrett Mitchell delivers in the clutch.
I think last year in the big leagues, I think Garrett showed us everything that he can do in little snapshots, where he had some huge impact on the big league club with the walk-off at one point, defensive plays he made, saving games, that type of thing.
Kind of a great spark of energy when he came up and he made his debut, and he played in nearly 30 games for the team last year, and he had an impact offensively. It's obviously a small sample size for him, but I think coming into this year, he's got a lot of confidence, and he's got some things to work on and some things to build off of.
I'm done.
Jeez, Garrett.
Guys, good work. So just really got to focus on feeling that go first.
You stink.
Yeah, no,
Obviously, when I just get that, then all the other stuff, I don't think about it. But
the big thing, you got two things to think about here, okay? Clear that, fight the urge. That's it. As long as you hold and you're able to let it happen late, like you're gonna get the barrel out there, and you're gonna hit balls like you did today. Like it's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
It already does look really good.
Appreciate you.
You got it, man.
Okay, thank you.
I think Garrett's one of the best 5-tool players I've ever seen. He runs as fast as I've ever seen and throws as hard as I've ever seen. So Garrett's so talented, and again, he's a great locker room guy. Always making people laugh.
I played against Mitchell when I was 14. It's pretty awesome to see him grow. How he treats people. The dude means well. He's a good dude.
I'd say Garrett's the most energetic of the three. Super big people person in terms of everyone he sees at the field, he's going to say what's up to, and they're going to give him the same energy back.
My guy. My brother.
15-year-olds.
Oh my God.
Wish me luck.
Good to see you. Didn't see you yesterday, so welcome back. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll catch up with you at some point. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I think any player that have had an opportunity to play in the big leagues coming into his second camp with an opportunity to compete for a job. And I think for him, the most important thing is to understand that despite what happened last year, that's in the past. And now he has to put everything together to show, Craig, Matt, and the rest of the organization that he's our everyday center fielder.
Sal, talk as much as you can, okay? They can't use content if you're cussing every other word.
Swearing on the pod.
Sal going in the first round, I think that's a huge credit to him, obviously, based on his confidence. Like, he walks around the ballpark like he's the guy, like he's the best player on the planet. And it's not a dig on Sal by any means. I think that's what a lot of these guys, it's a common trait that the best players have.
Sal, you know what it is?
No. I was trying to learn in the cage. That might go. Ball flies in Arizona, I'm telling you. I'm not that strong.
He's just got that kind of Boston grit and toughness to him, that competitiveness. I think you see that with how he plays.
Very blue-collar approach, no nonsense. What you see is what you get out of him, and it is energy and a lot of fun. Brings that type of work ethic, the type of Milwaukee blue-collar work ethic that we appreciate. We like that type of guy, and so he's got the type of skill set I think that our fans will certainly enjoy.
As a baseball player, he has an above-average skill set to be able to put the ball in play, to make contact. I think that's something that everybody always talks about him.
You done? Yeah, I'm gonna. I can't. I saw him throw an overhand. I can't pass up. I can't pass up. I'm getting shot off.
Yeah, the year Sal had in 2022, it was impressive. Started out basically at Wisconsin, and by the end of the year, he was knocking on the door. He was AAA, knocking on the door of the big leagues. And what was most impressive is at each level, his strikeout and walk rate as a hitter got better. Usually it's the reverse. You're facing tougher competition. It's at best your hope to maintain. His actually got better.
He's a complete baseball player. He's somebody that can impact the game. From a different perspective that we're used to seeing in the major leagues. He's somebody that's going to go out there, is going to give you everything he has every single day.
I mean, that plays. That's a double, though.
Hey, man, you're amazing. Appreciate you. Okay, you're Whopper.
Sal, super genuine dude. It's always awesome when you got a guy that, and especially like when he's that respected and for what he does, there's no ego involved with it. And I think that's the biggest thing with him. Like, he can go 4-4, and he's the same guy in the clubhouse whether he goes 0-4.
He's got it. He's a good baseball player. He's an even better dude. He's got that hockey mentality of just go and get after it.
Sal's a great human being, a guy who cares about other people, wants the best for others, and because of that is able to go out there and just be himself. He's a really good outfielder as well.
Good. Good job, guys. Good work.
Thank you.
Ow! My hurt finger. Ow! My finger! That's twice. Dude, make that 2, 3 or 2. Days with no overthrow and catch. 3. Oh, don't let me get hot.
Joey is going to be a very exciting player to watch. This is a guy that can impact the game in every different part of it. You know, he can make an impact by throwing the baseball, by fielding the baseball, by hitting the baseball. You know, this is a guy that has that type of ability that's very unique and very special.
He's just a very entertaining guy to watch that's got tremendous ability, you know, power and speed combo. And then you mix in the throwing, he's probably right up there for a guy that's, you know, 6'5", whatever he is. I mean, just a big dude that's, you know, leaving it all on the field. So he's a guy that, you know, he's an exciting guy to talk about because he can see this package was very raw, kind of coming together year by year. So.
Dad, I'm here to swing.
With Joey, he's obviously such a big physical presence. He looks like he belongs in the big leagues. He already looks like a major league player. He's got that raw power that I think is as good as any prospect that we've seen.
Joey Wiemer is a mountain. When you walk by this guy, you see this guy that walks in the room and you're like, wow, this is impressive. And then you see him on the field and it matches that, right? It's the kind of bat speed that makes you stand up in your chair. A couple years ago, I've told a few guys, he sent us a video of himself swinging a snow shovel in a snowstorm. This is the kind of guy that he is, right? He's just got that kind of blue collar mentality, just like the other guys in a lot of ways. But the tool set is top end, and so the upside there is really impressive.
Dude, he's a freak. I don't even get how he's been sneaky. His numbers every year are stupid.
Joey, so to date, has shown the home run more. Like when he hits them, they stay hit, as they say, where he's launching balls, light tower power, all the cliches. But I think with him, that's the first tool that maybe fans see or scouts even see.
The media out there, the national media, they still haven't seen the real Joey Wiemer. You know, I think when they get an opportunity to see him and see how he can impact the game in all the different facets of the game, I think they're going to be surprised for what this kid can eventually do.
I think if I was a lefty with that shift, the whole like second base and right field, I would have hit $120 last year.
When you see that kid play, it's just like a ball of fire, a ball of energy. He's one of the funniest kids ever. I don't think I've ever seen him in a bad mood before, and he's kind of one of those guys that, you know, when you're having a bad day, you can look at him and be like, all right, well, I can smile because Joey's around. So that's just the guy Joey is, and you can see it when he swings his bat or plays the field. He just brings so much electricity that it's hard not to smile.
He's the epitome of strength and power. He swings like no other and has an arm like no other. I would say in some ways really unorthodox, but if there's one thing that he knows is how to be himself, and he does a really good job of doing that.
I wouldn't say crazy, but he's kind of like that run around, talk type of guy, and it's awesome. You need guys like that. You need guys running around in the dugout, yelling, screaming, hyping guys up, and he's just a good dude. I mean, he truly cares, and he brings the energy, brings the life day in and day out.
Hey, you gonna be a good player today?
I'm gonna try to be.
I keep telling everybody
I can't make promises, but
you know,
I can only try my best, right?
You just have to be a good player so people believe you.
Okay.
In the cage, you feel prime. You're like, I'm ready to go. And then right when I step in that box, I'm like, all right, here we go.
Brice Turang has been probably one of the more underrated guys I've seen come through.
Brice Turang, underrated player.
Usually the first rounders get so much attention that it's hard to be underrated, but for some reason I feel he has been.
He's been in the organization for a couple of years now that I think we forget that he joined as a teenager. He was right out of high school. I think we've seen him come up the system, and now last year he really broke out. It felt like he put all of the tools together in AAA with the Nashville Sounds, and so you feel like he's right on the cusp of taking that next step. But I think we just forget how young Brice is. He's still only 23 years old, and he already has a couple of years of experience in pro ball.
So we go into these guys not knowing anything about them.
Nada.
All right. How hard is it throw? Probably 100, 103. Oh, just 4 to 5. See how it goes. I don't know about that.
Brice Turang is another guy that brings a unique skill set with a dynamic glove, bat-to-ball skills, athlete, runs, very dangerous on the bases, puts the ball in play, battles every at-bat, does not give in ever.
He goes out there and competes every single day. He makes adjustments very, very quick, and that's something that we have enjoyed seeing throughout his years in the minor leagues, and it's something that our people in Milwaukee should expect to see, that he's somebody who's going to be relentless about what type of player he wants to be or where he wants to get as a player, and that's his motivation every single day out there.
Got a lot of everything.
Yeah, that's what they were telling me before.
The thing last year, he struggled with command quite a bit.
Oh, thanks.
Changeup was his go-to, I believe.
Oh, appreciate it.
I think.
Struggle.
It's probably going to break your bat, so.
Don't put that on me.
Brice Turang, again, is another kid that when I first met was a little quieter, but ended up being one of the best teammates I ever had. I was new to Nashville, and he was the first kid that came up to me. And again, like I said, he's a great teammate, but he's even a better player. He makes everybody around him better, and he's a winner as well. Like last year in AAA, we had a really good team, and Brice was kind of the core of that.
I think Turang's more laid back. He's not a super quiet type, but he's more of a look in from the outside and try and figure you out. But once you get to once you break that shell, he's again super genuine dude. Awesome to be around and spend time with.
Very consistent player, going out there on an everyday basis. It doesn't matter if it's on defense or offense. He's dangerous on both sides of the ball.
Oh man, what a flow.
And try to be like you.
No, like me. No, I don't have no flow.
Yeah, playing with Sal and Brice, it's fun. Having that group of guys, at least one of them is going to do something crazy every day. So it really is fun to just show up to the ballpark and watch them, regardless of, how I'm feeling that day or, how I did. You're always going to see something incredible.
Those guys are some of my best friends, so coming up with them is really special, and having a good group of guys as well to lean on in certain situations is really cool. And
relationships are very important. You talk about being able to pull and root for each other. Obviously, baseball is a team sport. You go out there every single day. All of us having to pull our own weight, as well as be able to work with each other to go win baseball games. So when that comes to being on the field or off the field, it's very valuable having those relationships. So
the friendships with these guys is awesome. All three of them are super genuine people. Really enjoy being around them all the time, and we spend a lot of time off the field, as we'll get to see a little bit later. But yeah, there's not much I'd trade for them.
I didn't want to walk alone.